First Rockstar taketh away, then they giveth. Following the news of the delay a few days ago, we have, at long last, Trailer 2 for Grand Theft Auto 6, giving us a look a little bit at Vice City, some of the characters. There was also some posts that then went up to go into detail on the locations and the characters. But it's nice to see a little bit more of this game. Ewan, how are you feeling?
I'm really excited personally for how sweaty the game looks. Like, everything is so moist and caked that I'm looking forward to just sitting in that atmosphere and having a great time. And also, they won me over because they had a bit of Wang Chung in the soundtrack, so I'm excited that we're going to get a bit of Wang Chung in there. If I keep on saying Wang Chung, enough people will Google who Wang Chung are, and then they'll be like, "Oh my God, Wang Chung, amazing!" But yeah, no, I'm hyped. I think this trailer won me around more than the last one did. Which I enjoyed the debut trailer. Don't get me wrong, but this one, in terms of the level of detail, atmosphere, cinematic set pieces, everything, I thought it was a really comprehensive look at what we're working with. Obviously, just shy of an actual, full piece of unedited gameplay, but. Yeah, no, I'm definitely on the hype train now.
That's good. Dan, are you also excited?
I'm also boarding the hype train too, because when we got that news, I wanted to cry in a corner. And to be fair, it's just made it worse because the game looks incredible, and I just want it now. And the fact that we'll have to wait a full year to play it, it's a little bit sad. But I was worried that there was going to be too much focus on GTA Online rather than the actual campaign, because I was never really into that aspect of the game. But from this trailer, it seems like it's going to be a full game, if you know what I mean. It's not just going to be another avenue to sell your shark cards, I guess.
We have plenty of time to get to that, Dan. Don't you worry. Give it another 6 months afterwards, and then they'll invest in it, and you'll be like, wow, I'm in the GTA Online ecosphere, and I'm being terrorized by weirdness again.
Yeah, to be fair, this trailer did feel like the logical step of Grand Theft Auto towards something like a Red Dead Redemption 2, if that makes sense. Like, it seemed, not without its silliness, because it's GTA, but it also seemed kind of serious. Like, they were taking the campaign seriously, like there's going to be a potentially meaty story to this, which, again, I don't think is a surprise. Sort of been expecting that, because in the world that we're in now, how does GTA continue to parody the actual state of the world in 2025?
I'm so glad that it feels more mature. I think you're absolutely right there, Si.
Yeah.
I again, as someone who is a big fan of Rockstar games, but whose favorite Rockstar games aren't GTA, and one of the reasons being is because I feel like when they're able to leave that kind of scattergun, let's take shots at everything approach, they end up cultivating much more, organic, layered, and interesting worlds like Red Dead Redemption 2, like LA Noire, and obviously the first Red Dead 2. So yeah, no, this totally hits that vibe for me. I got some Michael Mann kind of vibes in some places, which makes sense given, Mann was a producer on the original Miami Vice TV show. He directed the movie remake in the mid-2000s, which is a great time. So if we're getting some callbacks to that, I'm really hyped about that too. But yeah, something that feels more kind of, I don't know, sincere and is and character driven. I'm really digging the relationship between Jason and Lucia at the minute. I think that looks really interesting. And also, there's a character called Booby Ike, which
there is.
I think that's enough to get you hyped on the GTA train again.
Yeah, totally. Like, the other thing, to jump off from the sincerity point, absolutely, like having playable characters who are in a relationship kind of grounds that as we need to have something that is going to be sincere, which is cool. Like, I'm totally up for this. Yeah, Dan, how are you feeling about the tone and the approach of this?
Yeah, I do feel like it is going a little bit more serious, but there is the wackiness in there. I do hope we get a tame alligators or something like that. That'd be incredible. But it's just going back to Vice City in this modern setting as well, because there's nothing better than just booting up GTA Vice City and just driving around the neon lit town at night. And hopefully this one can capture that feeling that I get when I do go back and play Vice City, because it's all about the vibes. And
GTA
so far,
Vibe City.
Yeah, so far it looks like they've got the seriousness down, but I want to see more neon. I want to see just what it's like at nighttime and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited for this one.
We got a taste of that in this trailer, definitely. Like, they leaned into the location is kind of the jumping point for the silliness. Like,
Yeah.
they're serious characters going through serious things in a potentially wacky city full of strange characters, and just, you know, the ludicrousness of Florida Man basically come to life. And so far, what we've seen, because I'm with you, like, Vice City is kind of my GTA game. That's kind of the one that I fell in love with. So I'm excited to see that location return. And we have seen parts of that, like a focus on music has been part of the trailers, as evidenced by you and what you were saying following this trailer, as well as everyone else.
Wang
Everyone was
Chung.
like, Wang Chung. Everyone was like looking up what's the song, what's this, that, and this. But also the characters. We have several characters based around sort of the music scene of Vice City, with Booby Ike being a strip club owner who also owns a record label, and we've got a bunch of characters.
He's got
associated
multiple
with that.
hustles on the go. You know, he's an entrepreneur.
Booby Ike. I've been saying it for ages, right? He's an entrepreneur.
Start investing in Booby Ike stocks right now, everyone.
Gonna do it.
You guys are on the hype train. I'm glad to hear that. I'm still waiting for that moment for me, and I think it's just I can't give GTA 6 the exception when it comes to video game trailers. You can't really get me until I've seen gameplay, and this is all very cool looking cinematics.
There's gameplay in here as well. It's just edited in a certain way. The vehicular gameplay. There's some open world stuff in there too.
Is it though? It's all sort of shot cinematically in a way where I'm just like, I don't know. What I mean is the first time we sort of see, you know, the black bars move up and the HUD appear, and it looks exactly like this in the cutscenes, and there is a distinct possibility of that. That's when it's going to click, and that's when I'm going to start counting down to May 26, 2026. So, have you guys any particular highlights from the trailer, or any particular from the character breakdowns we've seen?
I've got a couple of things. I'm looking forward to. I think I've been taken off guard by just how big the open world is going to be, because I kind of thought, you know, in the wake of Red Dead 2, there was all the reports, obviously, on the crunch culture at Rockstar and how, you know, a really unfortunate kind of development situation with that game, you know, thinking of Horseball Man having to, you know, slave away, trying to sculpt those things for however long. And there was obviously loads of reports from Jason Schreier, I think like 3 or 4 years ago now, it'll be quite a while ago, talking about how the next GTA game isn't going to go overboard in terms of scale. But looking at the location breakdowns for this that have come out after the trailer, I'm just really, really happy that we're getting again an even more kind of, each section of the map feels so expansive, and it is going to have its own, you know, unique personalities, its own unique vibes, spotlighting a different kind of area of Florida. You know, obviously, you know, the state that is standing in for Florida here, which is cool because even though I really thought that GTA 5 had like 3 unique kind of personalities to its open world. You think of Los Santos, you think of Sandy Shores, you think of the kind of Los Alamos bit, and then you have the mountains and everything. But it still felt a little bit superfluous in places. Whereas with Red Dead Redemption 2, it's like each area feels so distinct and feels like its own kind of like pastiche of the Western genre and different Western eras and vibes. This feels like that now. So we've got like the cool urban chaos of like, you know, Vice City itself. We've got the kind of like backwater gator chomping, you know, kind of seedy violence going on there. And then there's like one of the locations has got like a whole biker element too, which I'm sure fans of the Lost and the Damned DLC from GTA 4 will be happy about. And obviously those who felt aggrieved about, you know, Johnny's death at the beginning of GTA 5. So yeah, no, I'm location wise, I'm definitely excited. But as with most GTA experiences, the music is definitely a big one for me. I've got a couple of wish list songs that I want on here. I want Miami by Will Smith on this soundtrack. I need that on there, even though it kind of is slightly world breaking because it's not Miami, it's Vice City, but I need it. And then I kind of need Kokomo by the Beach Boys as well. Down off the Florida Keys. I need it. That's my piece. I've said everything I need to now.
Pay them basically just to re-record some of the vocals, right? To start singing Leonida Keys instead, which is the name of the state now, I guess. Which kind of brings me to one of my highlights from the trailer. There's a theory not even a theory. I mean, it seems there's a theory attached to it. In the trailer, the point I'm trying to make is there is a section where it all suddenly cuts and we see who is presumably Phil Cassidy from GTA, 3, I think it was, the one-armed gunsmith guy. No, it was original Vice City, wasn't he? And he was the one-armed gun shop owner, but it's clearly him. He's wearing a shirt that says Phil, and he's got both arms. So now there is a theory that this sort of retcon that we've had in GTA of Florida formerly being mentioned and now being Leonida, we might be actually doing an alternate sort of universe thing here.
There's the HD universe and the 3D
and
universe.
the 3D universe, yes. And this might be more of a clear-cut definition of the two by being able to bring a character from one to the other. And maybe we'll see the events that lead to the arm coming off, or maybe that doesn't happen at all. But it's interesting to see what is presumably a character from the 3D universe in this one, and whether or not we'll see more of that. What I'm saying is, need some more of that Lance Vance family, please, in my in my new Vice City. And Dania, to your point about the alligator stuff, some of the screenshots of the locations are incredible, including the fact that, yeah, it looks like you're just better driving across like the swamplands and stuff. Very excited to see what is outside of Vice City as part of this state. You see like wildlife in the trailers and now in the screenshots. Very excited about that part. But any highlights for you out of trailer 2?
I think the main highlight is probably the jiggle physics.
God damn it, Dan.
Bringing the chaos. No, for me, it's just the personal relationships between the characters, because with GTA, the gameplay is always like second fiddle. I'm not the biggest fan of how Rockstar games play, but I'm so interested to see how the story develops and what the relationship is like between these two characters, because I think it's really interesting, like her being in jail as well and having to do community service and all that, and how that's going to tie into the story. Do you think it's going to be very much like cops and robbers type thing? Because there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's anti-cop and all this, but it's like,
well, they said
is that not the point?
GTA.
There was a big inspiration a while ago. Oh, it was mentioned in reports a while ago that the story is heavily inspired by Bonnie and Clyde. And if they're taking inspiration more so from the 1960s movie, which had a very big kind of like anti-establishment, anti-authority bent. Obviously, in the trailer we get the stuff involving the police chief who's looking a little bit shady, looking a little bit kind of gangy, you know, in like a police gang kind of way thing. So. Yeah, no, I think it's probably one of those where it's like, you know, I want to see a properly nuanced take from a GTA story. So far, I agree with you, Dan. I think we're getting that here.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we're getting a female playable character in equal measure is very exciting, and obviously opens up like a bunch of different possibilities. But also, on top of that, lots of people have pointed out that this trailer seems to be Jason focused. For the most part, and some of the material that come out afterwards, a lot of these characters seem to be in screenshots with him. So presumably, trailer 3 down the line, we're going to get a bit of a flip-flop and see things more from her perspective. Are you going to get a choice of which character you start with, or are we going to get tutorialized as Jason and then the game open up when you get her out of jail? I don't know, but stuff like that is the stuff that, like you, I'm excited to see what the plotting of this game is. But I can't get excited until I see that gameplay, so...